Alright, it's been a bit since I've last played this or streamed, so let's get right into it in a moment. Make sure it's actually connected and streaming. That everything sounds good. Everything sounds good. Alright. Sounds good.
I know you. You were in jail the other day.
I went to the farm again for the moonshine, you know? It makes you see. They're not gonna miss it. They're in the loony bin. My buddy, Danny, I lost him. Something's gone wrong with him. It's not him.
I've run through every possible course in my head. If I continue like the Dark Presence wants me to, the story I'm writing won't save Alice. It's a horror story, and it's going to kill her, and me, and everybody in this town. No one will survive. Darkness will consume everything. This is what it's wanted all along. Free, unstoppable. It used Alice. Danny, huh? I'll be bound by the events of the story just as much as anyone else who's been woven into it. The story must stay. The front door was locked. There have to be victims along the way. Near escapes. The farm was still a good distance away. I'd need a car to get there fast.
Luckily, there was one right outside the cabin.
Probably in trouble down at the farm. For a moment, I felt bad for doubting it. After all, I made it this far myself. But Barry was Barry.
Oof. that a firework? That is a firework. Huh.
I'd known the brothers used to be some kind of rock stars, but it hadn't really sunk in until I saw the stage.
Ow! Run! Incoming! There's too many of them!
God damn! I'm so glad you decided to go it alone, Mr. Thompson.
Ah! Please. Alright.
Please, please, please! Children of the Elder God! Enjoy it! God damn it! There! Back in the yes!
Oh! Woohoo!
That was awesome!
Bright Falls, rock and roll capital of America.
Hey, Al! This way to the farm!
Whew. Jesus.
Repeat bestseller, no reason to worry. Your cutout's good as new, right where I left it. I'll come back for it once we have the place secured.
Yeah, that's been my biggest worry all this time. We need to get this thing moved out of the way.
This is as far as I got before they ambushed me. Hey, I think Alan Wake here has something to say. What's that, Al?
Ooh, I'm Alan Wake. I'm always right about everything. And if I don't get my way, I'll sulk all day long. I'm always intense and moody. It makes me very attractive and mysterious. Right now, I'm just standing here because I need my best friend Barry to carry me. But that's okay. I can just take him for granted.
I think I see what you did there.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
You want me to do my imitation of Barry Wheeler? No? Thought so.
Wow! You look at that thing, Al! They really went all out with this Viking crap, didn't they? Look at all this stuff. They must have done okay for themselves, so how come I never heard of these guys before?
And this from the guy who learned about Ozzy Osbourne through reality TV?
We all spend a third
Oh,
of our
Night
dreams in
Springs,
soft embrace,
man!
somewhere
It's back
between
memories.
fantasy and
Hey,
oblivion.
remember when I got you that gig?
But
Your
dreams
first
and
real
waves
writing
force
job. What got you
themselves into
started?
waking life,
Was this one of your
or vice
episodes?
versa. In Night Springs. Tonight's episode, The Dream of Dreams.
That's by someone else.
We join Mr. Jones as he explores the endless dreamscape, only to be brought to a sudden stop by a decidedly mundane situation. A long line of people.
Hey, Jones, right? Listen, we're gonna have to wait until His Highness over there is good and ready. Oh, wow. Who's that? You don't know him? What are you, new? He's the guy dreaming us. Well, not just us. He dreams everything. All of this.
But wait, no. I'm the one who's dreaming. I'm asleep. Isn't this my dream?
Oh, yeah. Sure. Get real, pal. You're just another dream. I'm a dream. You're a dream. The weirdo in the diving suit is a dream. And the girl made of smiles and sunshine is definitely a dream.
But I'm pretty sure I'm dreaming this.
Well, maybe you're a really confused dream. What am I, a shrink? All I know is I'm going with the smart guys. And they say that's the guy doing the dreaming. Right there.
I don't know what that means.
It means we keep him happy. No sudden falls. We make sure he has his clothes on when he goes out in public. No chases where the monster is nipping at his heels and he runs like crazy, but his legs don't seem to get him anywhere. None of that. Because if he wakes up in a cold sweat...
Oh.
Yeah, precisely. So we wait till he wants to move on. Keep things nice and calm.
Hey, something's happening here.
Yeah? What's that?
What? Can't you hear that?
Oh, God help us, it's an alarm clock. Oh, it's you, isn't it? Please, man, I got a wife and kids. Please don't wait.
It's kind of spooky. Imagine your entire existence is just the dream of another person. When they wake up, you cease to exist.
The Viking boat looked imposing, almost like a battering ram.
Good going, Al! I think we can make it through here, Al!
Why is he going so far ahead? Ouch.
Those geezers had quite a production going on. Ooh, you know what, Al? If we make it through this alive, I'm gonna start representing them. Yep, sell this stuff online, maybe get a reality show going, release a new single. Be careful, Al!
Good. Keep your eyes open, okay? As you regular listeners know, I tend to work through the night, but I'm not the only one. Deputies Mulligan and Thornton are taking a couple of moments off their busy schedule to join me here in the studio. Boys, how busy are you now? Deerfest is almost here, isn't it? I bet that keeps you in business.
Pretty busy, yeah. Actually, Pat, we've been real busy with other stuff. Which concerns an ongoing investigation. We can't talk about that, Thornton. I wasn't gonna say anything. I was just saying we got, other irons to fry.
And how would you compare your workload to last year's? Things have seemed relatively peaceful to me, but people do tend to get a little wild this time of year.
Oh, it's wild, Pat. It's pretty wild. There's been all sorts of trouble this year. Vandalism, fighting, public disturbances. A lot of people gone missing, too.
Yeah, it's pretty much the usual stuff, Pat. Just, a lot more of it.
Now, is it just me, or does Deerfest get wilder every year? People seem to be more drunk, at least, or they start earlier and younger.
Oh, it's definitely not just you, Pat, but...
Definitely, Pat.
Hey, I'm talking here, Thornton. Oh, shoot, I lost my train of thought.
Not just me.
Oh, yeah, it's wilder, Pat, but actually most of the trouble seems to be coming from grown men. People who ought to know better, Kids are doing fine this year.
Well, that's nice to hear at least. Boys, I want to thank you for stopping by. I'll let you get back to your patrol.
Sure thing, Pat.
Yeah, sure thing, Pat.
All right.
I could see the building that had to be the Andersons' home on the other side of the field. It wasn't far now. I wasn't worried about trusting the ramblings of two burned-out geriatric wrecks. They had the goods.
5 billion cows and pigs in the world. Barry! I've made it to the other side, Barry.
Al? Is that you out there, buddy?
Yeah, it's me.
Hey, let's go, man.
Whoops. Didn't mean to hit that button. My bad.
I think we're gonna have to work together to open this gate, Al. Looks pretty heavy. Ah! Hey, I think that's the farm on the other side of the field. We're almost there. This farm is a crazy place for crazy people.
We should feel right at home then.
Valhalla.
Come on, one more gate. The lights are out. Guess we better check the fuse box.
The power downstairs was out, but I was sure I could fix that at the fuse box.
Isn't the fuse box like usually downstairs or outside? I guess in this house it's upstairs for some reason. Out of my way. Okay, come on in.
You know, this place looks kind of lived in. I thought the Andersons were on the booby edge.
Old God. Old gods know the truth.
Come on, Al, let's get the lights on, huh?
When he stopped the car at the Anderson farm, again, Alice's...
Is that Ozzy? It really sounds like Ozzy. Apparently it's just heavily inspired by Ozzy and not actually Ozzy.
Did you hear that, Al? Music?
Of course.
Find the
We need to
lady
find
of
where it's
the
coming
night.
from. That's the message the
The
Andersons talk
night.
about. That's the
Find
whole
the
reason we're
lady
here.
with the light.
Lady of the Light? Oh, that's gotta be what's her face, the crazy lamp lady from the town.
Cynthia Weaver.
Right. Must be.
Okay. We need to find Cynthia Weaver. We'll stay here for the night and head back to town as soon as it gets light.
Hey, Al. Lots of hours before dawn. Might as well get some rest. And by rest, I mean drunk.
Come on, Barry, this is... Yeah, what the hell?
Yeah, what the hell?
I'm sorry, man. No, seriously, because I know we don't get along, but we're gonna find her, right? And even though you're a crazy bastard, I'm gonna stick by you, no matter what, ever, Al. Sure, like a brother.
I'm a writer, goddammit.
Correct.
If I just wanted to, I could write 10 books a year. And they'd be the best books that year.
No, you couldn't.
That's right, I couldn't. But I could, because I'm a writer.
What? What do they put in this stuff? I feel like my brain is coming out of my nose. I'm gonna get the recipe off those coots and be a booze millionaire.
I just miss her, Barry. I just want her here with me.
I know, Al. I know. It's gonna be okay. We're gonna make it okay.
Whatever power had brought me back to this night at the lake was also stopping me from leaving. I had no choice but to see it through, to find out what had happened. It was a crazy, drunken dream, and yet it was more than that. It was the truth, a suppressed memory unearthed by the Andersons' moonshine. I was there, an out-of-body observer. This was the night Alice and I had arrived at Bright Falls, the night Alice had disappeared. I had a chance to find out what had happened. I remembered being surprised to see the cabin dark. Alice would have never turned the lights off. Alice? Alice! I remembered thinking I caught a glimpse of her form underwater, sinking into the darkness. Diving after her was the last vague memory I had of that night. After that, the next thing I could remember was waking up behind the wheel of the crash car and finding the first pages of the manuscript. I couldn't find her in all that blackness. I must have thought she drowned. Alice! Jagger had Alice, and so she had me. Alice! I'd been easy prey.
Look at the cabin. Is there someone in the window?
Alice?
Maybe she didn't drown after all. Maybe she's inside.
Alice!
Yes.
The dark presence had touched me. She had dug her nails into my brain and used me, made me her puppet.
She must be here somewhere. Maybe upstairs in the study.
Alice!
Yes, that's where she is. You can apologize.
Alice!
You'll laugh at the whole thing together and put it behind you.
Alice?
She's not here. You were foolish to think so. No, she's dead. She drowned.
No, no, no!
It's your fault your wife is dead. You are guilty. All she wanted was to help you right. You killed her. Oh, hush. There's still hope. Cauldron Lake is a special place. Here, you have the power to change things. She wanted you to write. I will tell you what to do. You can write her back. The story will come true, and all will be well again.
She had Alice, and the manuscript was the ransom for her. Yes. All right. I'll fix it. I'll bring her back. No. I wrote it. I remembered it all now. In the dark, I'd written for days, a week, almost a complete manuscript of a novel entitled Departure. Jagger had been my editor, whispering in my ear, making sure that the unfolding story would make her more and more powerful. I thought I was saving Alice. Even with the cobwebs she put in my head, some part of me had been aware enough to write my escape into the story, to bring a light into the cabin to release me before I could finish, to interrupt the horror story before the ending, where darkness consumed everything and everyone. Zane was weak and far away, but I had written him into the story, and his light had been enough to set me free.
It isn't here now. I'm here because it was written. I brought the light to set you free. You must hurry. It will know I'm here. It will be back soon. It stole the skin of my Barbara a long time ago. She looks so old.
I had woken up, confused and groggy, my mind consumed by darkness and fear. All I could do was to escape. The week spent in the cabin had taken its toll. I was barely conscious, and fading fast. It had to have cost Zane terribly, thrown him even deeper into whatever dark place he now haunted. But he had managed to weaken the dark presence, kept me safe that night. I wrote it. It's my fault.
That's right, James Joyce. It's your fault, and you're gonna pay for it.
Previously on Alan Wake.
Well, we're expecting a record crowd from the neighboring counties. Naturally, we hope to break the record set by last year's Moose Fest in our neighboring town, Watery. Ladies and gentlemen, some people have asked me, what's the big deal about Deer Fest? And I think that this sums it up.
It's about friendship and community. We've got a great party coming up, but let's try to hold it in until tomorrow and get through the night in one piece, all right?
I have it. Someone will come for it when the time is right. Thomas said so. He wrote it. The key is insurance. It's my job to keep it safe. Safe in the light. Always in the light.
All the manuscript pages were gone. The FBI agent had taken them.
I think my tongue just took a crap in my mouth. Ugh. Oh, wait, we're in jail now? Al. Al, this is not good.
That about sums it up.
Oh, I am never drinking again.
I need to talk to Weaver. She's the one in the song. The Lady of the Light.
What, the crazy lady? Ugh, whatever you say, Al, but we're stuck here. They're not gonna...
interviewed Wake.
I had some reading to do first, Sheriff, and let me tell you, it was an interesting read. Well, I've got you now, Raymond Chandler. It's all here. All the evidence, including conspiracy to murder a federal agent. There's no way you're walking out of here. You hear me in there, Bret Easton Ellis? Huh?
Agent Nightingale, I want to talk to your superior.
Well, we all want things, Sheriff. I wanted my... Look, that's not possible right now.
Agent Nightingale, I insist. Wake, what's wrong?
Lady, are you stupid? It's a trick. It's an obvious trick.
Okay, I've had enough of this crap. Wake, I'm gonna trust you with this.
You're joking.
Agent Nightingale, your opinion would matter more if you were sober and if I actually believed you were here on official business.
Whoa! Get back in the cell, Stephen King. The only way you're leaving this place is over my dead... Wait a minute. I know this...
Oh my God!
Light. We need light. It's the only way to fight this thing. Nightingale tried to make sense of the manuscript. It was disjointed and strange. He didn't understand half of it, but it all rang true. Impossibly true. He took out his hip flask when he reached the page that described how he reached the page that made him take out his hip flask. It wasn't the booze that made his mind reel.
In my office. I've got your things there. Follow me.
Oh, man. We're sitting ducks with the lights.
Nightingale felt the situation veering out of his control, but the gun at least felt steady in his hands. He was ready to fire, resolved that he would let this happen over his dead body. And yet he hesitated. He had seen this moment before, read it in the page. He was transfixed by the deja vu and the horror that he was a character in a story someone had written. Then the monstrous presence burst in behind him and dragged him into the night.
Oh my God.
Stay cool. I can get the emergency power on.
Link. Mine.
Here are your things. Wait, what do I need to know? What do you need from me?
They can be hurt in the light, only in the light. And I need to find Cynthia Weaver. She can help me stop this.
Light. Check. Cynthia. She lives in the old decommissioned power plant. I can get you there pretty quickly in the rescue chopper. Come on, let's get back to your friend. Wheeler, I need you to stay here.
What? No!
We're going to fetch our ride, but I have friends who need to be warned about this, and I can't be in two places at once. I need your help.
Well, okay.
Here's a list of people and phone numbers. I need you to call them and tell them you have a message from me. Night Springs, okay? They'll know what to do.
Night Springs? Like the TV show? Gotcha. Oh, hey, that radio guy is on the list. Maine. Who's Frank Breaker? He related to you?
My dad.
Hey, is this like a secret society?
Can you do this? You'll be safe here. The backup power's on. These guys need to be alerted, just in case we don't come back.
You'll come back for me though, right?
As soon as we get the chopper ready. Thanks, Wheeler. I owe you one. Okay, let's go, Wake. Through the back.
My hangover wants a pizza. You think there's any way I could order one, Al?
Oh, hell. Whatever took Nightingale must have broken the gate controls. We can't reach the gate's control box from here. We need to get to the other side over the rooftop.
I'll go. I'll open the gate for you once I'm across. You stay here in the light and cover me, Sheriff, okay?
Are you sure? Okay then, but hurry.
I needed to reach the rooftop to get to the other side of the broken gate.
Hey, Sheriff! Your password. Night Springs? What's that all about?
It's a stupid joke we have. That Bright Falls is the original inspiration for the TV show. This town can get weird at times. Never this weird, though. You need to bypass the damaged control box.
What am I, an electrician? Hold on!
Smarts.
Good job, Wade. Okay, stick close. Our first stop is the town hall. The keys to the chopper are there.
Oh! I just wanted to see if I could destroy the deer thing. I cannot. Ooh, secret.
The air smelled of fish. This was Bright Falls industrial area. There was probably a cannery nearby.
Oh, shit! Where's the supplies? Up here. Aha. Couple of flare guns. Ooh, and some ammo. Nice. That would be very useful. Oh, nice. It's a hot dog stand. Maybe they left some. What does that say? Please do not recycle. Oh, heavy duty flashlight, I'll take that.
I'm gonna want explanations, you know. For example, what the hell happened to Rose? She's seriously messed up now.
The same thing I think happened to me after I arrived.
During this...
Drink them both up. You drank M-Bot up.
week you can't remember?
Oh, I remember now. Barry was in his element, making calls, making things happen, even if he didn't entirely know what those things were. He wouldn't let the hot sheriff chick down. Even if every noise he heard from outside, and he heard plenty, made him jump. He had only paused to text Al a message, told him to hurry up. Suddenly, Barry froze in mid-dial. A window broke somewhere in the building, and then the lights went out.
Oh, fuck. Barry's in trouble. Barry's gonna fucking die.
have the right.
Miss me. Washington. Well, that's where we are. Go figure. But I also see something over here. Worth it.
Watch my back, Wade.
It's an ambush.
I know what to do.
Let's go, Wake. Okay, someone's messed with the fuse box here, but you should be able to jury rig it while I find the keys.
I already got electrocuted once today. How about I look for the keys and you get burned for a change?
Fine. They should be in the clerk's office on the other side of the building, near the main entrance.
The darkness that wore Barbara Jagger's face was furious. The story in the manuscript had been making it stronger all the time, but now the light had set the writer free and hurt it, weakened it. It was only a matter of days before the dark presence would be strong again, but meanwhile, it would be difficult to recapture the writer. The message was from Barry. He was getting worried at the station. He wanted us to hurry.
The keys aren't upstairs, Wake.
I'm just gonna take a quick look.
Freedom. A fusion of vigilance, conscience, and uncompromising clarity of vision. The need so fundamental, it permeates our very being. And yet, a man may be brought to his knees in a single heartbeat. In Night Springs. Tonight's episode, taken in his prime. For young Manny, the night hasn't been kind. He's an old man, selected for a lifetime of servitude after answering an ad in the newspaper. But first, a little field surgery is required.
Ooh, lantern. Take it. Flashbangs too. Oh, that look off the key. There it is.
I got the keys. Barry?
Why isn't he inside?
Oh God! Oh God!
Barry! Look out! Barry, move!
Ah!
Barry!
He made it inside, Wake. He's okay. The storefront's blocked. Come on, Wake. Let's go around. We can meet him in the back.
It's not recorded when Bright Falls was first formed as a nameless trading post, but it became a town when the Bright Falls Mining Company started to operate nearby in 1878. It was then that Hubert Biltmore, a fur trapper, and Amos Gunderson, a pioneer from Tacoma, decided to build a post office, saloon, and hotel, all operating from the same building. It was through the efforts of those two men that Bright Falls became the permanent and thriving town it is today. Trust no one in the dark. Oh!
We can make it through the bookstore. Wheeler should be waiting for us in the backyard.
Keep the hell down or I'll call the sheriff.
Oh, hi, Doc. I've got it. Don't worry about it.
Sarah, about time somebody showed up. All this shooting in the air is idiotic. One of these days they'll kill somebody. And over disrespect.
I know. Go back to bed. He's got a point, Wade. Look, this town can't take this.
It's me they want. The sooner I get out of here, the sooner you can all get back to life as usual.
I hope you're right. Come on, let me get this door open.
Wait, you got the keys to the bookstore?
Perks of being the sheriff. A girl needs to get around.
Jody Wade, farewell to sanity. Conspiracy of faith. Good father, bad father. Choose and contemplate.
They're really taking advantage of your presence here, Wake. I heard they're selling a lot of your Alex Casey books.
Cynthia Weaver worked hard, following her obsessive rituals, sometimes fighting them, always giving in to them in the end. She haunted the halls of Bright Falls' abandoned power plant. She marked her caches with light-sensitive paint that could only be seen by eyes that had been touched by darkness and saved by light like she'd been. She was preparing defenses and supply lines for the war she knew would come. The war between the forces of light and darkness. Right now, I'm not a big fan of my own writing.
So she's the one who wrote all the messages. Cynthia Weaver. Interesting. Okay.
I don't see Barry.
Look, wait, maybe that's him. That's the way to the chopper.
Lots of flare gun ammo. Very nice. Alright. Another thermos. Yoink. Take that, I'll take that, I'll take that, that. Oh my god, they are stacking me up, huh? Yeah, there's gonna be a big boss fight here or some shit.
I'm gonna give Pastor Howard a piece of my mind about this lock. Ugh, I told him to get it fixed.
Here they come. Let's take a break.
Survive the assault. Yeah, I was right. Omega-3 fatty acids are good for your heart. Alright.
Okay, it's open. Let's go, Wake.
Wow.
We keep them lit all night long on the night before Gearfest.
Why?
Well, it's tradition.
For it to be free, the Dark Presence needed the writer to finish the story. Again and again, the story let it get frustratingly close to the writer without letting it capture him. It was bound by the events depicted in the manuscript. but it could pursue the rider indirectly, put others on the task, and stop those who would help him. It took over everything in its path, made them its puppets, and sent them after Alan Wake.
We're almost there. We'll have to go through the basement to get to the parking lot.
Yeah, there's no way going through the crypt will turn out to be a bad idea.
Boom! Sucker!
Guess that one saw the light, huh? You like that one? A tough audience. Well, I got plenty more.
What are the Christmas lights for?
Protection, man. Like garlic against vampires.
Vampires.
The helicopter's just across the parking lot and up the hill. Come on!
Aww, missing kitty cat.
The Bright Falls General Store is now my favorite place in the entire world. See this headlamp? It's like a superpower. I can just look at one of those things and they die. It's my flaming eye of Mordor. I wish I didn't say that.
Yeah.
Hey, I want a headlamp.
Alice had screamed until she had no voice left to scream. Around her, the darkness was alive. It was cold and wet and malevolent and without end. She was a prisoner, trapped in the dark place. The terror would have burned her mind out, but one thing made her hang on. She could sense Alan in the dark. She could hear him. She could see the words he was writing as flickering shadows. He sensed her too. He was trying to work his way to her.
Last one.
Bastard.
When someone throws a damn school bus at your head and you're about to take a helicopter ride with someone who may or may not have a pilot's license, or a
The helicopter's just up ahead. I'll need a while to prep for takeoff.
Don't take too long. I want to get out of here.
Whoops. Whoa!
Just get me to Weaver, Sheriff.
You're taking a big chance on a local crazy lady, Al. I hope you're right about her, or we can kiss this town goodbye.
Situations like this.
Right. The city's a war zone. King Kong, mutant alligators, and Alex Casey shoots the place up every weekend. Look, I never even carried a gun until a couple of days ago.
Well, my dad used to be a cop there. Tells some pretty wild stories.
Stuff like this?
No, just normal bad stuff. Kinda like your books, Wake. I used to tease Dad that he was just like Alex Casey.
You've read me.
Oh, sure. You're a pretty good writer. A little heavy on the metaphors, maybe.
Nobody's ever said that before.
We're coming up on the power plant. See the lit building over there? And that's the dam further up the river. I can't land here. I'll take her down the road across the river.
Just get me there, Sheriff.
The darkness controls the Taken. Whoa! Whoa! The darkness wears her face. Bump action. I'll take that.
And here's a new song from a band that they always remind me of our local rock legends, the Old Gods. I couldn't tell you why. I guess it's just, one of those things. Anyway, here's Poets of the Fall and their latest single, War.
Oh! My God, there's so many. Ouch!
The power plant glowed in the night. It was close, but I had to find a way across.
Flares, yes. Oh my God. that a manuscript page?
Making her way through the water pipe alone, Cynthia was angry at the writer. Foolish young man, taking unnecessary risks. And the way he broke the rules. Didn't he understand what was at stake? Since the terrible days in the circles, she hadn't wavered once, as hard as it had been. She was tired of protecting the town all these long years, and now only wanted to rest.
Well, too fucking bad, Cynthia. Lazy bitch. Can't rest. You gotta protect the town forever. Doesn't matter how old you are. Because guess what? You stopped protecting the town, and now everyone fucking died. All because of you, Cynthia.
The story I had written in the cabin had come true. Touched by the dark presence, I had written a horror story, but the end was still missing. The story was incomplete, and the last unfinished page of the manuscript still sat in the typewriter in the cabin study. If I could get back there, if I could read the page, then I could write my own ending to this story and save Alice.
Well, Wake sounds like he knows what needs to be done. Whoa! That was bullshit. I pushed the dodge button. Huh? Oof. Made it. Jesus. Ouch. Are you a little shit?
Are we men dreaming of being butterflies, or butterflies that dream of being men? Such philosophical concerns are by necessity abstract. And yet, some of us can find concrete proof of the nature of our existence in Night Springs. Tonight's episode, an absence of creativity.
What did you want to show me? Lydia, thank God you're here. Please, it's in the basement. Oh, Martha. Oh, that's amazing. Isn't it just? I found it here this morning. It's like it isn't there, but oh, I can't look straight at it.
Yes. I'm sorry.
How did you get here?
Well, I'm trying to work.
Did you put this thing here?
In a way. To be more precise, I put everything here but that.
Really? But what is it?
Oh, I guess the temptation is to call it a hole, but it's really an absence, a profound lack of reality.
In Martha's basement?
Yes, I was doing so well, too. I came up with 2 old ladies and put something really weird in the basement. It was a great start. Completely blocked now. I can't imagine what I was up to.
You're sure that it's just my basement?
Is it? Why did you call your friend here, then?
Well, I don't know.
Oh, well.
Couldn't you just ignore it?
Oh, no, I couldn't do that. It would probably turn into a plot hole. Might be one already. Could sink the whole enterprise.
Oh, my.
Listen, ladies, not to be rude, but I'm really not at all sure where I'm going with this, and you're just not helping. You should just go back upstairs for a cup of coffee while I try to figure out what I'm up to.
If you think that's best.
Maybe I should just stop here. Or is that too moronic?
Is that too moronic? Indeed. Who can tell? It's a fine line between the stupid and the sublime. Night Springs.
Whoa.
We managed to lose the flock. You're almost at the power plant. Keep going. I'll give you support.
Ouch. Oh, shit! Ouch! Oof. Oh? What is this? Ah. Damn, tons of ammo for the flare gun. I gotta start using that. Oh, and another flare. Ah, gotcha.
I recognized the logo on the power plant sign. I'd seen a version of it painted all over the area, signifying hidden caches of supplies.
Safe haven.
Hold it right there! Miss Weaver! Cynthia! I'm a friend!
Prove it!
You knew Zane! Thomas Zane! You're the Lady of the Light in the song! You can help me!
About time. Young man, I've been waiting a very long time for you. It's in the well-lit room.
Excuse me?
What you'll need to drive the darkness back. The well-lit room is at the dam. I've built the room to keep it safe.
Will it help me find Alice? Will it get me back to the cabin? Fine, let's go. I can get my friends to come back with the helicopter.
Oh, we won't go outside. Never at night. That's rule number 1. You've been breaking the rules, young man, and where has that gotten us, Oh, I have a secret route. A lit route. An old water pipe. Something was damaged at the transformer yard. It's drained all the reserve power. Without it, the pipe will go dark. The power to the yard must be cut.
Let me guess. You want me to do it?
Young man, you're the one who likes to
She's
break the
stroking a
rules.
lantern like it's a cat.
Outside in the dark. The kill switch is outside.
Darkness waits in my dreams. I miss you, Tom. What does that say? I can't read it.
I have been preparing for these times. The dark tides. You have found my caches, haven't you? You can see the signs. Very few people can.
Ouch. Well, shit.
Weaver had sent me to cut the power to the transformer yard. I was willing to do grunt work for her to get her to help me. I hoped Weaver was dependable. I'd stumbled into this crazy world a little over a week ago. She had been living this insanity
Rule number
for
1,
decades.
never go out at night.
I could see the kill switch that would cut the power to the transformer yard. Now I had to find a way to reach it.
I love puzzles. Rule number 2, keep the lights on.
Designs these things. The transformer yard went dark and dead. Weaver's water.
Nice. Excellent. Very good.
Designs these things. The transformer yard went dark and dead. Weaver's water pipe passage should now be good to go.
This way, young man. Follow me. Come, come. The pipe's empty now. We're ready to go. This way. We need to go. I knew them both, Tom and Barbara. I had such a crush on him. Such a beautiful man. I was jealous. There was a part of me that was maybe a little glad when she had the accident. And then Tom started writing and woke the darkness up. He tried to bring her back, but you can't do that. There are no free rides like that.
I'm starting to realize that.
In that case, young man, perhaps you're a smarter man than Tom was. which looked like her. But it wasn't. Barbara was sweet. He didn't understand until it was too late. He tried to undo it, wrote himself, her, everything he'd ever written out of the world. Oh, he was so famous. And afterward, no one knew. Oh, Tom. He left only one thing behind in my game, in case it happened again. Insurance. He trusted me. Or perhaps used me a little. Tom knew how I felt. Knew I wouldn't refuse him. I
Curse you, Thomas Zane.
It's been waiting for you. We are characters trapped in a story.
Hold down circle.
None of us will survive to
Jesus.
see the end of it.
Hold it down for years.
She'll twist the story to her own dark ends.
How do you know all this?
Tom, that's the way he wrote it. He still talks to me, you know, in television, beyond, from below. We have both been touched by the darkness, young man. He saved us both with light. The darkness stays with you. Leaves a stain. This pipe will take us directly to the well-lit room.
Okay, I need to call my friends, tell them where we're going.
How the fuck does he get a signal down here?
In one of the pipes. Meet us there.
Okay, I'll tell Sarah.
It's Sarah now?
Whoa! No! For the sweet love of...
Barry! Barry! We gotta go see if they're okay.
They're probably dead. You must reach the well-lit room. This is no time to be a selfish idiot.
That's my best friend.
Well, be a fool. I'll use the pipe. I'll meet you at the dam if you make it.
At least I didn't have to worry about her. She knew how to stay safe.
All right.
Sarah was almost starting to relax. Maybe they could turn this into a win yet. Suddenly, there was a piercing sound, like a table saw gone wild, as 100 birds made out of shadows swarmed into the rotor. The chopper bucked wildly and the board lit up, telling her what she already knew. They were going down. Barry Wheeler screamed next to her.
Trying to bait them. Guess they don't care.
crash site looked bad, but as far as I could tell, the wreck was empty.
Barry! Barry!
Over there!
Hang in there, I'm coming!
You know when to make an entrance, Wake. We were ready to make like Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid.
I have a different ending in mind.
Yeah, I'm fine. Thanks for asking.
I knew you'd be all right.
How's that?
The Flaming Eye of Mordor?
Ah, laugh it up, funny man. Didn't we have somewhere to go?
Weaver will meet us at the dam.
We made it! We made it! Oh, I should have kept that gym
You
membership.
see those lights? That's the elevator we need to take.
What the hell is that thing? It's everywhere! Oh crap, there's more than one of them!
Nothing moves like that. It's impossible.
Ah! Al! Do something!
He's too fast. I can't get a shot.
There! No, there! Al, they're all over the place!
How many of them are there? Where can we go? This one's slippery. Wait, this is bad. This is really bad.
Was that it? Are we safe?
That was... wow.
Come
I
on,
think
Al,
we're
couldn't we just
okay.
wait here? Please? Hey,
They're
Al,
taking
I got
us
a
into
bad feeling.
darkness.
Let's keep our eyes open. Wake, call the elevator. I'm keeping watch.
I think I hear something moving around.
Heads up! Here they come!
Oh no! Oh no!
Boom.
They're coming! We have to hold them off!
Oh no! Oh no! I swear this is the slowest elevator in the world!
Almost here, Wade. Just hold on!
It's here! Out! Let's go!
We're almost there. There's an entrance into the dam at the top. What's the plan, Wade?
Weaver's crazy, but she's got something Zane left behind. Something to fix this.
Gee, could you be a little more vague?
Thomas Zane? Seriously? Might as well be Paul Bunyan or Bigfoot.
Yeah, well, he was real.
Let's be careful, okay?
Oh, jeez, I hate this.
Okay, Wake. There's a button over there that opens the door. I think something's broken. Hold the button down so we can get in.
You guys go ahead and find Weaver. She should be in the dam now. I'll have to make it alone through the top.
Good luck. Don't get yourself killed.
Please, be careful!
You gotta be kidding me.
Oh.
Thomas Zane knew he had to remove all that had made this horror possible, including himself. That was the only way to banish the dark presence he had unleashed and now looked at him through the eyes of his dead love. But he also knew that despite his best efforts, it might someday return. So even as he wrote himself and his work out of existence, he added a loophole as insurance, an exception to the rule. Anything of his stored in a shoebox would remain.
We have to find his shoebox.
was ridiculously outnumbered. The searchlight could even the odds.
Enough. You will go no further.
Whoa! Ugh. Oh, come on, dude. I fucking pressed jump. That was bullshit. Ouch.
Glad I was wrong. It was a foolish chance to take. Don't worry about the noise. We're safe here. I have looked after the well-lit room for many, many years now. There is no shadow in the well-lit room. The power is fail-safe, and all the bulbs are numbered and changed regularly based on their make and model.
Right.
There's an old army base at Raincoat. It was active during the Second World War. They operated here back then. They must have built this.
Yes, they did. It's my place now. Take it, and I won't need to worry about the room anymore, because 6 and 33 and 118 need changing soon, and I don't want to climb up the ladder to change them because it's very late, and I'm tired. And if you take it, I won't have to do that anymore.
The page was autobiographical, a memory from my childhood. But I didn't write this. It was a page written by Thomas Zane. None of them were supposed to exist anymore.
Alan, 7 years old, would fight sleep to the bitter end. When he did sleep, he soon woke up, screaming, the nightmares fresh in his mind. One evening, his mother, sitting by his bed, offered him an old light switch. She called it the clicker, and flicking the switch would turn on a magical light that would drive the beast away. To imbue the talisman with all possible power, she added that it had been given to her by Alan's father. Alan never knew him, and anything of his took on mythical proportions in his mind. With the clicker firmly in his hand, Alan finally slept like a baby. Now, almost 30 years later, Alan thought of this as he stood on the rim of Cauldron Lake, the clicker in his hand. He took a deep breath and jumped.
My mind swirled. I'd given the clicker to Alice, yet it was here. Zane had written it into existence in a story I had written. I can get to her now. I can finish this. Previously on Alan Wake, I wrote a horror story that has come true. Thomas Zane did the same in the 70s.
You will go no further.
If I continue like the Dark Presence wants me to, the story I'm writing won't save Alice. It's a horror story. No one will survive.
You knew Zane! Thomas Zane! You're the Lady of the Light in the song!
He left something behind to help me. The clicker.
Alan thought of this as he stood on the rim of Cauldron Lake, the clicker in his hand. He took a deep breath and jumped.
I can get to her now. I can finish this.
Episode 6, Departure.
I had a hangover. My head was about to explode and the light hurt my eyes. I needed my sunglasses and painkillers to dull the pain. In one of my finer moments of self-deception, I swore to quit drinking.
Instead, I just stared out into the window, and I jumped out of the building, being swallowed up in eternal darkness forever.
The sunglasses made the world look bearable. Now I could keep my eyes open without feeling like a vampire in the sun. I wasn't sure I'd make it out there without some painkillers. The pills worked fast. The prospect of being awake started to seem bearable again. There was a message waiting for me on the machine.
You have one new message.
Al! Are you still asleep? Wakey, wakey! You should have your show on your TiVo. If Alice wasn't too mad to
My God, I remember TiVo.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Harry Alex Show.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody. We have a great show tonight. I've been talking with the best-selling author Alan Wake about his new book, The Sudden Stop. Yeah, good read. Go buy it. No, it is a good read. Look, I'm gonna be honest here. Is that wise? No, but I'm gonna do it anyway. I got people who give me the lowdown on books. I'm a busy guy. But this one, I actually read from cover to cover. I mean, I'm a big fan. Wow, thanks. Now, this might be a spoiler for those who haven't read the book yet. Based on the sales figures, the 2 people out there who haven't read the book yet. But this last book is all about the death of the main character, the hard-boiled New York detective, Alex Casey. Now, there's been a lot of outrage about this. Why the hell did you kill Casey? What the hell were you thinking, man?
Good riddance. No, seriously though, 7 years and 6 books is a long time. He was a gloomy guy to spend all your working hours with, and it was a good run. But it's time to explore new things. My next book will be a departure from the old for me.
You selfish bastard, always thinking of yourself. Well, you've certainly given us a lot of entertainment over the years. And now that you mention it, Casey was a gloomy guy. Never had much luck with his love life with the ladies. Was that autobiographical in any way?
Yeah, no kidding. Casey's lady friends tended to die on him. With Casey, it was all about his pain. No, nothing autobiographical about that. I'm a happily married man. My wife is my muse.
Well, congratulations. That's great to hear. So, how's the publicity tour been treating you?
Good, great. But I gotta say, I'm glad to be back home in New York. Well, you've certainly been on the news a lot lately. Lots of parties and, you got into a fight with some paparazzi.
Oh, man. Well, that guy was really in my face. I lost my temper. I know that wasn't cool.
Well, you are famous for that temper.
Well, I did also write several books.
Well, your latest novel is called The Sudden Stop, and it's in bookstores now. Go get it. That means the two of you out there who haven't bought it yet. Ladies and gentlemen, that's all we have for you tonight. I want to thank all our guests for the evening. Alan Wake, Sam Lake. Once more, do the face for a Sam. And our musical guests, Poets of the Fall. Thank you.
At least I'd been funny. I told myself I could live with that.
Did you watch the show?
I didn't say anything stupid, if that's what you want to know.
Okay, Grumpy. You want an aspirin or something?
Are you going to start with me about drinking now?
You know what?
I should have followed her advice. But suddenly I was angry, mostly at myself. And she was there, a convenient victim.
What? Now you can't even talk to me?
Well, this morning I was angry because you said you'd be home at midnight and you showed up at 7 a.m. and passed out in mid-sentence. Now I'm over it. Are you angry?
This goddamn tour. It's gotten out of hand.
Oh, honey. It's almost over, right? We can get back to normal. Then you can start writing again.
I'm sorry, honey.
Alan, you're not thinking straight. Just take a shower and go back to bed, huh?
Yeah, you're right, honey. I'm sorry. Once this is over, let's go away together. A vacation. Just you and me. Some peace and quiet.
Bright Falls, the present day.
Somehow, the clicker was the key to the cabin. I had to return to Cauldron Lake to save Alice. I'm going back to the lake to finish this. I'm going to write an ending to the story in the manuscript on my own terms, to make it all right.
Why can't you just write it here?
The last page is still in the typewriter. I need to read it first. Everything needs to be just right. Zane tried to cut some corners, and it didn't end well.
Okay, ready when you are.
I'm sorry, Sarah, but I need to do this alone. Barry, take her gun. Miss Weaver, close the door when I leave.
Good luck, Al.
See you later. When I got out, it was warm and sunny. I'd flicked the switch of the clicker. Had it done this? I didn't stop to question it. I had to take advantage of the sunlight to get to the lake. On Zane's page, I'd stood on the rim of Cauldron Lake, about to use the clicker. That's where I was headed.
Back to Cauldron Lake I go!
In daylight, surrounded by the beauty of the Pacific Northwest landscape, it was hard not to let doubt creep in one last time. I could still chalk everything up to a dream, a delusion. I had enough imagination to make up something like this, having been in the cabin all this time, trapped in a story inside my head, gone mad from grief over Alice's death like Hartman had claimed. There would be no way of knowing. I told myself it didn't really matter. My course was set.
The Majestic Motel. Just down the road, come on in! Now I'm gonna steal their car. Conveniently, the keys were in every car. Along the entire road, I had my choice. I could pick any of them. I found a shotgun just lying around. I mean a hunting rifle. No one would miss it. Brum. I executed a perfect three-point U-turn. Going back towards the road, past all of the wood equipment, and the logging equipment, drifting like a pro. The tunnel ahead was blocked. It looks like I would have to follow on foot from here.
The darkness had touched me. There was a link between us. Always would be. I could feel its presence again, getting closer.
Oh!
I will kill your wife.
Oh!
The dark presence was no longer trying to capture the writer so he could create the ending it wanted. The writer knew too much. He was too strong. And he carried a weapon left behind by Thomas Zane, something that could hurt it. Now, the darkness was doing everything in its power to simply stop the writer from ever reaching Cauldron Lake and the dark place it came from.
Luckily, there was a convenient car with the keys in the ignition for the writer to take. It's the Majestic Motel. Let's loot it.
This had obviously been the room where Agent Nightingale had stayed when he hadn't been busy harassing me.
Big stuffer.
Look after yourself and your co-workers.
Based on the signature in the motel register, Agent Nightingale had stayed here, in room number 2. Could have fooled me, pal.
Don't need the shotgun, but we would like the shotgun ammo. Oh. Oh. Ah.
Nice to see you, too.
Oh, nice. An Oldsmobile. Just like an Evil Dead. Holy shit, a fucking... Oh, other supplies? Maybe upstairs? Yes. A single flare. That was it. Could be disappointing, actually. Oh my god. Jesus.
The bottom of Cauldron Lake was a graveyard of things the lake had claimed in one way or another over the decades. The Dark Presence brought them up in its wake, scattering the rotten waterlogged hull of an old boat here, the remains of a long-ago crashed airplane there, trees shattered under the impacts. The earth groaned. It didn't even notice.
Right, another car. Cauldron Lake Campgrounds. tons of players on that one. I need a shotgun. That's what I need. Whoops, didn't mean to fire that. I mean, a hunting rifle's not exactly what I want, but better than not having any ammo for it.
Zane cut its heart out, but it didn't die. The thing that wore Barbara's face kept crooning sweet nothings sugar-laced with poison. He put on the suit, untied the monster from the chair. The thing in his arms thrashed weakly, but he held fast. He stepped outside, off the pier, and into the dark water, a sinking pinprick of light descending toward a bottom that never came.
My God. Of course. Whoa!
When I told Barry my plan back in the well-lit room, I'd acted as if I knew what I was doing. I didn't. I was operating on the shifting logic of a dream. I had to fight my way to the lake
Lots of
through
flare
the
gun
horrors
ammo.
of the night. I had to flick an old battered light switch imbued with childhood magic. I had to write a happy ending to a horror story. I had to save my wife from the dark prison she was being held in.
I will never give her to you. The dark place I found myself in was unlike anything I could ever have imagined. It wasn't solid. It flowed. It was conceptual and subjective. For someone else, an artist in another field, it would have been very different. I could sense the story of the manuscript all around me, the words and ideas floating in the air, poised to become real.
Interesting. Like no point to that area.
I could see Mirror Peak in the distance. That's where Cauldron Lake was.
Oh no. The shithead birds are back. Oh my god, I have full flare gun ammo? Now I don't. But now I do again. Oink. Jesus, so many birds. Alright. Come on, assholes. Ah! That was bullshit. I pulled out my fucking flare. Alright. You wanna play hardball, huh? I've got 12 flares with your name on it. It's me. It's me again. It's me again. The darkness wears her face. Alright, give me the pump. I've got 32 rounds of pump action shotgun. Ouch. How do I get out of here?
I needed to get the generator running.
Come on, shithead. Oh! Well, that was rude to blow up my bulb.
After Zane had gone, I stood alone in the shifting dream that was the dark place. I had to find a way to the cabin. I'd written myself a way through this place in the manuscript. I followed the idea of a path. I'd written myself across the ocean that blocked my way, and with that, there was a bridge to the island beyond. The idea of the cabin flickered in the underwater darkness. I willed the cabin to be real, and it was.
Turn back now.
I don't wanna.
Do as you're told.
I don't think I will. Ouch.
Alice never loved you.
The hell I can't. I got 1,000,000 flares.
You will fail. It's all in your head.
Hell.
Shh, baby. You were having a bad dream. It was just another nightmare.
No.
Everything's fine. You're home.
It wasn't a dream. Everything's fine. Turn the lights on. Turn the lights on!
Shh, baby. The power's out. There's no light. Come back to bed and I'll make you forget all about your fear.
My fear? It's your fear. Why aren't you afraid? You're not Alice. Turn the lights on now. Where's the clicker? What did you do with it?
Alan, honey, you're still 1 foot in the dream. You're not making any sense. Come back to bed. Alan, you're scaring me now. Come back to bed. Have you taken your pills? Do you want me to call Dr. Hartman? I read your manuscript. It's brilliant. Departure is your best work yet. You're a genius. I'm so proud of you. Come back to bed. We'll talk more about it. Come back to bed, Alan.
Come back to bed, Tom.
You must find your way to the cabin. It stands in your way. It won't let you pass. It has no heart. It's filled with darkness. You must fill its heart with light. Don't mind him. He's Mr. Your friends will meet him when you're gone.
Mr. Scratch.
Use the clicker.
Thermos. Bird.
I followed the idea of a path.
Telephone pole.
wasn't true. Nothing like that had ever happened.
You're not my Barbara.
I promised it was good. Please, untie me, you naughty boy. I will help you get your masterpiece. I will love you forever.
No, you're not Barbara Jagger. I made a terrible mistake. I should have never written you back. You came back wrong. Your heart was filled with darkness.
Put that knife away, Thomas. Put it down.
Heart is filled with darkness. Cut it out. Take you back to the denser pavement.
Filled with darkness.
Get away from me, you hag! Where am I? Let me go!
Now you will never get her back. I am much older than you. Older than your first work of art. I will find a new face to wear. Someone else to dream me free.
I could feel Alice's presence close by. I understood what I had to do now. I knew how to write the ending to Departure. There's light and there's darkness. Cause and effect. There's guilt and there's atonement. But the scales always need to balance. Everything has a price. That's where Zane had gone wrong. There's a long journey through the night back into the light.
Alice? Alice? Oh no!
Huh. Well, there it went. The Alan Wake ending is likely to leave you scratching your head, as like much of the storyline... I can't listen to that. It's copyright. Leave you scratching your head as much of the storyline is cryptic and difficult to explain, favoring narrative and emotion over simple reason and logic. If you're not sure what actually happened, then the conclusion probably isn't going to leave you satisfied. However, there is an explanation for the final cutscene that hopefully will clear things up, so we'll run through that below. What happens? The final sequence of the Alan Wake ending has Alan willingly jump into the lake to save Alice, who was taken by the darkness much earlier. It's worth keeping in mind that a lot of what happens here was made to occur by Alan himself when he wrote his book/prophecy during the week-long blackout at the start of the game. But because Alan needed to create art that he believed in, that had some narrative strength and realism, he couldn't just write "and they all lived happily ever after" with free cake. It wouldn't feel like an honest ending to what's been a very dark story. So while a lot of what happens doesn't make logical sense, it does feel appropriate by the standards of a written story. This power is how Alan uses the clicker, the little trinket from his childhood, to destroy the dark presence and Barbara Jagger. Because he wrote in his story earlier that it had that specific power, it now does. However, Alan is still trapped in the alternate dimension known only as the Dark Place, and after beating Jagger, Alan goes to save her. This is where things get tricky. Alan Wake is trapped in the Dark Place, the shadowy dimension with a doorway deep in Cauldron Lake. The Dark Place has the power to turn artistic creations into reality, and it is the origin for the evil dark presence that torments you throughout the game. Alice is taken by the dark presence to that dimension at the beginning of the game, and Alan writes an escape for her, in which he dives in, defeats the darkness, and gets her back to the real world, not to mention seemingly canceling out all of the dark presence's influence on Bright Falls. However, because of the limitations of this writing power mentioned above, Alan's ending means that he's trapped in the Dark Place himself, presumably because he couldn't write a completely happy ending that he found artistically convincing. This means that Alan Wake ends with Alan choosing to trap himself in the Dark Place. He finishes Departure, the book he spent the whole game writing, and ends both the written and playable stories in one go. However, that doesn't mean that there's no more to follow or be explained. It's not a lake, it's an ocean, explained. The very last line of Alan Wake is a deeply cryptic one, with no clear explanation as to what it means. As far as we know, Remedy has never commented on the exact meaning, leaving it wholly up to interpretation until further information is available. It's possible that Alan means that the Dark Place is far larger than he first realized, either in size or power, or that he's admitting he's not likely to escape, as the scale of what he's up against is so massive. Or perhaps it's intended as an obscure teaser or hint to what might come in the future games. The developers originally stated that there wouldn't be an Alan Wake 2, that we now know that's coming soon, and the character does feature in AWE, the second Control DLC, with a great many implications that we'll see him again in a now confirmed sequel. Not only that, but we have some hints as to what they'll be doing owing to the original game's DLC. What happened in the DLC? The two downloadable stories expansions for Alan Wake, The Signal and The Writer, both carry on Alan's story somewhat, explaining in greater detail what he experiences in the Dark Place. In both expansions, he's confronted with unstable or dangerous aspects of his own personality manifested into other beings by the Dark Place's power. Alan defeats them, or rather, becomes whole with them, and the stories conclude with him starting to write a new story that will enable him to escape, titled Return. However, because he's only starting that story, we don't know if he's going to be successful, only that he's trying. Alright, what about American Nightmare? Is it canon? I played and looked up timelines for Alan Wake in Control, and 99% say that American Nightmare is one of the many stories Alan wrote in an attempt to escape the dark place. His power in that world is to alter reality with his writing, so he created the whole town in the desert hoping he could leave and come back to his home. Huh. American Nightmare is definitely canon, however, what some people may have missed is the meaning of the ending, and I think I've underestimated just so many people have missed that. Well, you see, Alan reuniting with Alice, it only really happened in the dark place, that is the dimension Alan was stuck in. Alan elaborated on that with a page he sent to FBC. Because Alan chose to write the story of American Nightmare as a Night Springs episode, his intention was bound to fail from the beginning. Night Springs always ends in a way that gives a dramatic impact to the mystery. The protagonist never achieves what they intended, and at the end of the game, the narrator says, are these actual events or merely a dream, a memory, or a glimpse of what is to come? One thing is certain, the scenes take place in another time and another place, far, far away from Night Springs. That's basically saying that the ending is only taking place in the dark place and hasn't had any large impact on our own reality. Alan didn't escape, and he hasn't been reunited with Alice. After the credits roll, you get to see Barry walking up, shouting Alan's name. This confirms that the only effect the whole story had was giving Barry a bad dream. This is one of the biggest examples of why theories considering Alan's writing to directly change reality are wrong. Remedy later gives a hint that it's been called that based on the first stage of the monomyth. Alan's story is actually completely based on the monomyth, and Alan needs to keep going in that direction if he wants to escape. The monomyth consists of 3 parts: departure, initiation, and return. To put things simple and cut this comment short, departure was the first game. Although Alan wanted American Nightmare to the return, it was actually initiation. It didn't have the desired effect, but it ultimately allowed Alan to move on to the actual return. What the fuck is a monomyth. The hero's journey. Right. Call to adventure, supernatural aid, threshold guardians. I see. Huh. Alright. Well, guess we'll find out more in the second game. But for now, that's gonna be it for this one. So as always, thank you so much for watching, hanging out, and enjoying the stream, and I will see you in the next one. Bye. GG.